Wonderful camping, thanks to the National Park system for preserving beautiful tracts of land all over America for all of us to enjoy. This is a great spot. The high tide and low tide does not fluctuate much, a couple of feet. The waves are very placid in and out. And lots of birds. Major bird wildlife refuge. I'd like to do a story for you. It's from Haiti. It's called Renting a Horse. A long time ago, there was a man named Bouquet. He was a hard-working farmer. He was not very smart and he was not very rich, but with the help of his friends, he got on in the world. He was ready to take his produce to market, but he discovered on that very day that his mule had run off. "Oh no," he said. "Now I'm going to have to rent a horse from Mr. Royce." Now Mr. Royce was the richest man in all of Haiti. He was also the stingiest man in all of Haiti, and fashioned himself as the trickiest man in Haiti. He lived high on a hilltop in a mansion, and he had a stable full of strong, healthy horses. Bouquet climbed the dusty road up to the mansion, and he told Mr. Royce that he wanted to rent one of his horses to take his produce to market, and that he could give him 5 gourds. Mr. Royce said, "I have to have 10 gourds and not a centime less." "But all I have is 5 gourds," said Bouquet. "All right then," said Mr. Royce. "Give me the 5 gourds now, and tomorrow, after the market, you will be well healed, and you can give me the other 5 gourds." Bouquet had no choice, so he gave him the 5 gourds and walked back to his little home, his modest little home. And when he got there, he saw this creature in the garden eating his carrots. Lo and behold, it was his mule. He was never so happy as to see his mule back. And also he was happy because he would not have to rent that expensive horse from Mr. Royce. However, he realized that Mr. Royce may be loath to give the 5 gourds back. So he decided to talk it over with his friend Timalisha. Was a student. He read a lot of Cervantes and Unamuno. Bouquet explained the situation to him, and Timalisha said, "Don't worry your head about it. We'll get your money back and more." So they went up to see Mr. Royce immediately. Timalisha said to Mr. Royce they wanted to examine the horse to make sure that it was suitable for tomorrow's work. Mr. Royce grumbled, but he brought the horse out, showed it to him. Right away, Timalisha took out this knotted cord and began measuring down the horse's back. Let's see, we got your 2 twins, 6 inches each. She began behind the neck. And then we had your wife, 12 inches. We had you, 12 inches. Now your mother-in-law is bigger than any of us, so maybe 20 inches for her. Let's see, where are me and my wife going to sit? Wait a minute, said Bouquet. What about my 7 sacks of yams? Where are we going to put them? Well, let's see, we'll strap them to the sides of the horse, maybe tie them underneath the belly, and then we can all get on top after that. Wait a minute, said Mr. Royce. What are you talking about? You can't put 7 people and 7 sacks of yams on one horse. You will kill it. The deal is off. I'm not going to rent him to you. But you already have rented him to me, said Tio Bouquet. I gave you 5 gourds this morning. Alright then, here's your 5 gourds back. He reached into his pocket, gave him the 5 gourds. The deal is off, like, get out of here. But Timalicia said, wait a minute. The deal was for 10 gourds. You still owe him another 5. That's not fair, said Mr. Royce. I will not pay you another centime. Well, Timalicia took out his cord and began measuring down the back. We'll put the twins on the horse's neck, and then you and your wife and your mother-in-law, I'll sit up there, and my wife can sit on my lap, and then we can tie a rope from the horse's tail and drag another cart with my kids on there. Wait a minute, said Mr. Royce. That's ridiculous. And he reached deep into his pocket, and he took out another 5 gourds, and he gave it to him. He said, get out of here and don't ever come back. Tio Bouquet shared the extra money with his friend Timalicia. What a story they would have to tell their families. And they laughed all the way home.